Hi, and welcome to Content Studio. Sorry for being a little bit late. We had a few technical issues, but we are here now. Hi, and welcome. My name is Manur, and I am your digital marketing specialist here at Content Studio. And today's webinar will be given by me and Sharon. And welcome to Content Studio. He will introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon. I will be here for the question and answer session if you guys need any help. Really excited to be here, have you all here as well. So, can't wait to get started.
All right, so let's jump right into the webinar since we are already a little late. So starting off with today's webinar, it is basically on how to master social media management. And this webinar session is especially for agencies and freelancers. We do have a part 1 up on YouTube, so you can go check that out because we have talked a lot about the composer and a lot of other features about Content Studio. But this one is specifically going to be about features that can help agencies and freelancers. So starting off with the first glance, we are basically going to talk about the benefits of collaborative content creation, and then we're going to talk about how you can achieve that. We're also going to show you exactly how Content Studio can help you do that. And then we're going to talk about our workflow approval process. It's really simple and easy to do. And then I'm going to show you exactly how you can use these features. And at the end, we're going to have a question and answer session. So let's start off with the benefits first. So first of all, I just want to point out how Asana did a research, and this is a few free stats that I wanted to share with you guys. Firstly, around 3.6 hours are lost per week to unnecessary meetings. Around 10 apps are used per day for whatever work that people want to do and then get their tasks done. And 62% of the workday is lost to repetitive tasks. So imagine the amount of time that is lost that you could be putting to a good productive, work out, all the good productive work hours you could put in. So keeping that in mind, especially when you're an agency and you have a lot of clients to deal with, or you're a freelancer and you've got a lot of clients, it gets tough and you need to be pretty conscious of the time. So how can content collaboration help you? Firstly, it leads way for clear communication. Of course, when you are collaborating with your team, whether you are an agency and you have team members and clients, or you're just a freelancer, communication is the first big thing, the hurdle that you need to cross. When that goes well, you have good communication and the work can be balanced because you know exactly what the client wants. You know exactly, the client should know exactly when you're going to deliver that. So it creates a nice balance. The team and the client should be on board and have the same idea of what's going on. So of course, then it also allows for time management and prioritization. So of course, when you're having lesser meetings and you're reaching out to each other, there's less back and forth. Of course, it's going to help you save time and it'll give you more time to prioritize other important tasks, such as what I just said. Of course, you can allot tasks. And of course, at the end, I do want to point out that the more time you save, the more time you put on more constructive things, the less chances there are of burnout. And that is a big issue these days. Lastly, I want to point out that, of course, every individual in a company, whether you're a freelancer, of course, and if you're working in a company, it's different. Everybody has a specific skill that they are good at, right? So it's good to use that skill to a specific task instead of having everybody doing everything at random times. So that being said, if everybody is given a specific task, then the work will be done pretty fast, don't you think? Right? So now we move on to how you can actually achieve this effective collaboration. First of all, of course, you all work in agencies and you're freelancers, you have an idea. Brainstorming is very important. You can see things from a different perspective. Not all my ideas will be the best ideas. So what if somebody else is pitching more ideas? Maybe their ideas are better. Maybe they're more valuable. Maybe they're going to pitch something that, I wasn't able to see and that can benefit the business itself, right? Secondly, you need to assign roles to reduce the duplication, right? And that's what we just talked about in the previous slide. The more focused your tasks are on specific individuals as well, the less confusion there will be and the more streamlined your tasking processes will be. So it really depends on what agency you are or what you're working on. But if we're talking about, like, say, marketing agencies or advertising agencies, we've got a lot of content strategists, copywriters, designers, social media managers. There's so many people on board. So everybody should have their own tasks, right? Especially when you're dealing with clients and stakeholders, because they have their own say as well. Now, thirdly, it's very important to use a content calendar. So of course, ContentStudio does offer content calendars, so I'm going to show you that. But if you are not using a digital medium, it's very important to have a content calendar in general anyway. You need to know exactly when your content is going out, who it was created by, what campaign you're running and when it's running, how it's benefiting you. Everything that a content calendar needs and has, you should have in your business. So here's where approval workflow comes in. Now, when you're working with businesses, when you're working with clients and you're working with different stakeholders, of course you need a workflow approval. Why? Because we all know how much hassle it is to send emails to one another. You have to wait for the reply. There's a lot of back and forths. It just wastes a lot of time, don't you think? So for that, it's very helpful and beneficial to work under an approval workflow system. And what that is, I will show you in the next few slides. You should take constructive criticism, constructive feedback, not criticism, but feedback generally. Why that is because, of course, when somebody gives you a task and then you create it, people are going to say, oh, why don't you change this? Why don't you change that? And it'll just make the product better, right? Quality is what our audience needs, and that's what we want to give to them as well. So basically, that'll help you improve the quality of your work. And here's one of the more important things as well, is that you should utilize technology and automations. We all know how far AI has come these days and how much it's helping businesses grow. So it's pretty much self-explanatory why you can use it to assist you. Not do your work for you, of course, because it can't replace you, but it can definitely help you and ease out your processes. And also you can use automations. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. It can help you reduce manual labor, of course, and save time for other tasks. So moving on to how ContentStudio can help you there. So we've got a couple of modules that I want to share with you. Firstly, we have our composer. It can help you with your collaboration needs. We've got the planner. It can help you. We've also got a media library. So let me just reshare my screen. Again. All right. Can you guys see it? Okay. So here are the analytics modules, the analytics module, and the social inbox. So these are some of the features that can help you, business owners, agencies, and freelancers. And I'm going to show you exactly how all of these things can do it. So starting off with the composer, before I begin, I just want to point out that before you actually go into the composer, you can actually work in individualized workspaces, and that helps you deal with different clients individually, right? Because rather than having a multi-haphazard issue going on, it's better to have separate, different channels for each. We also have given you the ability to custom change your permissions, custom user permissions, so you can see whatever best suits you and go with that. And lastly, of course, we have notification alerts, so you'll always be up to date and instantly get notifications for whatever changes anybody is doing. So that being said, this is what the workspace will look like. I will show you. And starting off with, firstly, we have a task manager. Now, our task manager will really help you assign tasks to your team members, get work done, talk in comments, internal notes, etc. We've got client collaboration to help you there as well. The approval workflow is within the composer, so that can basically help eliminate the back and forth. And I will show you exactly how you can do that. And this also includes approval notifications as well. So talking about how you can boost your productivity with the social media approval workflow. First of all, it's flexible for agency and clients. So, anything that you need, we're always here to help you out. And it has a lot of different features. that can benefit you. We've got different levels that you can set your team members on. Okay, and you can actually add as many approvers as you want as well. So that's great. It doesn't have to be restricted to any specific limit. You can also select appropriate users for each post. So that also gives you the chance to change settings for specific things. And to choose, you can choose to have content approved from everyone or anyone. So that's also an option. I'll show you all of these things when I go into the demo itself. You can also change the visibility of the post status, because we have the difference between client and team members. You can force publish something if an approver is not responding as well. So it really gives you the power in your hand. And of course, if you're sending your post to someone that is not a client, if it's not a team member, it's client, somebody who doesn't have ContentStudio, they don't particularly need a password or anything like that as well. So that saves you and them a lot of time. You can also get and receive live feedback and a post review itself. So ContentStudio's collaboration superpower is part 2 is the planner. It's a unified content calendar. It has everything there. What you planned, what's coming, everything is right there. And it's shareable. So that is the biggest helpful part of it. You can share with your team. You can share with anybody that you want on board. And lastly, we've got a lot of unique filters that I'm going to show you while you are working in the planner itself. So the media library is, of course, a little cloud storage base where you can organize all of your data, share it there. So it's there for your team at all times because it's shared media library and everything. And we've also got a search option there, so you can always search for something if you want to specifically find anything. Then we've got analytics, and the good thing about that is that we've got white labeled reports. So if you guys want to share reports to your clients or your teams or internal meetings or anything, it'll have your logo on it and your nice name for your business, whatever your business name is, and the logo and everything, and it'll be your report. You can also pre-schedule reports, so I'm going to show you that as well. And we can also, generate group reports. So ContentStudio has a lot to offer for agencies and freelancers working with a lot of people and need collaboration, a lot of it. So social inbox is actually pretty helpful for a lot of reasons. Of course, we need to stay connected with our clients, with our customers and everything. So first of all, you can assign messages. So that's great. Not one person has to work on everything. You can always distribute your tasks depending on who knows more about what situation. You can also add internal notes. Now I will show you guys what those are, but essentially messages and notes are different. And then we've also got save replies, so you can save time rather than writing the same message for different people over and over again. You can always just send a save reply. And it's got a collision detection system, which means that if somebody's already replying to somebody, you'll be able to see that so that you guys don't end up messaging the same person twice. And we've also got a mobile app, so you can always reply to people on the go and access the planner and stuff. Super easy and simple. So that being said, ready, steady, let's go. Let's not waste any more of your time. Let's take you into the tour and show you exactly what ContentStudio can do. Let me know when you guys can see the screen. All right. Here is ContentStudio's dashboard, as you guys can see. So from the dashboard, we're going to start off this webinar tour. Here is pretty much an overview of what's going on in your account, your workspace. And I want to specifically bring notice to this part right here. This is the content approvals, and it gives you the chance to, see the approvals, the posts that are under review. And these are the filters that you can set accordingly. So right now, as you can see, I have one post under review for today. So starting off from the composer, we're going to go and land in the composer itself. Oh, sorry, before that, the most important thing I forgot. Let me just show you how you can add team members, because that's very important. So right here from the settings, you can head over to team members. And this is where you basically add or remove or change settings for your team. Right here, you can click the add new team member. You can enter their email address, and you have the option to assign them as an administrator, a collaborator, or an approver. So an administrator basically has everything a super admin has, except for the part where you can't manage the billing or the plan details. So administrator has all that power. Then we've got the collaborator, and the collaborator can basically create and edit posts. It can comment, he can comment or she can comment on posts, and they can change settings accordingly. You can set reporting, settings according to your preferences. And lastly, we have the approver. So an approver can basically just approve or reject a post, and give comments and give their feedback. And lastly, we have the option to actually add someone to a team. That means that these people can see your internal private posts and comments, as well as your internal and private post and comments. The client, however, cannot see your internal posts. Remember, we talked about notes? That's where it comes in. I'll show you that in a bit. So as you can see here, these are the people I've added in my list. I'm the super admin right here, and then I've got all of my approvers and stuff going on. So I can also actually edit people's what they can do. So I can, give them permissions to actually edit posts. Like this is my client, okay? So I can change, and he's approver. So I can change different things accordingly. If I want to, if I don't want them to see Twitter posts, I can just unselect that. If I don't want them to see Facebook posts specific to some account, I don't have to show them. I can just unselect that. So there's that. I can just click the save button. Let's go to the social post composer. So here is our composer, and this is where you can actually create your posts and share your content, your ideas. So we're going to upload a post pretty quickly. I'm going to head over here to the media library. This is where all my posts are, guys. You can actually go and select things from here. If your team members are sitting in different countries, or in separate places even, you can always access media from the media library right here. So here is a summer sale is live, #sale. All right, and I've created this post. Everything is good. I'm going to go down and schedule it. I think the time would be, let's say, tomorrow, and the time is great. I'm going to set the time, and then I want to send this post as an approval. So I can just select the send for approval option right here, and I'll be able to see all of the people I can send this post to for approval. So I can select Danielle, I can select Sharon, I can select, let's say, these two, okay? You can also search for people. If the list is long, you can always search for the names. Now, if you want to add a specific note to the approver, you can do that here. All right, and you have the option to select whether an approval from anyone is going to schedule this post, or you'll need an approval from all of the people you've selected. So that gives you, you can choose that option. So I only want any one of them to select the option right here. So I'm going to click send, and this post will go out. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys in the social post composer, of course, is that when you're creating a post, so let's say we're creating another post right here, and all right, so I want to create this post right here. I can actually this is the task manager right here. So I can go here and select somebody to tag. So I'm going to add Sharon here. Can you please change the image for this post? All right, I can add a task for Sharon and he will have to do it. He can always select this later. And as you can see, the bar here fills up. So this is something that is really helpful when you're working with your team or clients. You can always add a comment. Please change the caption. I don't like it. All right, you can add a comment here. You can always add an attachment, add emojis, and mention people as well. I'm going to go into the planner and show you all of this. Here's the assistant. You can always go to any of these things, like, for example, Pixabay, you want a specific image. You can always select that and it will fetch these images for you if you're in a rush and you really need some images for your posts. This is all the activity that's happening. So you can see exactly when somebody assigned a task, who did what, everything is right here. You can also add people to different campaigns. So for example, Black Friday is approaching. So you can always create a campaign for Black Friday. And that way, when you create different content, you can always add it to that calendar, to that folder, campaign folder, and you'll have everything in one place. You can also assign these to different people. So if you want a specific member to be on board, you can always do that. I can just add Sharon right here and it'll be super easy. I can also add labels. So if I want to see these differently in the planner, that's how I'm going to see it. So let's save this as a draft for now and head on over to the planner. And I'll show you guys what you can see there. So this is the planner. We're going to go there. And over here on the left side are all the filters I was talking about. This makes it so easy for you guys to go exactly where you want to go to, see exactly what you want to see. We've got different filters that tell you about the status. So if you want to look at any scheduled or published or, post and review, you can always select those. We've got the option to select between different accounts. You can, select people that different posts are assigned to. You can go to the, posts that were created by a specific person as well. And you can also divide them among the different content types as well. So that's great. The labels, campaign folders, content categories, if you've connected any. So that really narrows down our searches. Right here, you can see all of the recently posted, scheduled, or, in review posts. So we're going to look at each of them individually. So let's actually go to the in review posts first. Let's select that right here and apply. It's going to take us to all of the posts in review. Now, right here, you can see all of these posts. And on the right side, you'll be able to see that, somebody has interacted with this. So you can always check that. All the posts that need approval or rejection, you'll be able to see them like this. If somebody's asked you for approval, you can always approve posts like that. It'll tell you that, these posts have been moved to schedule. You can always reject them and they'll go into the rejection list right here. Now, here, let's interact with something. So right here, we have a conversation going on. You'll be able to, move things to a folder. You can see the comments. So let's select. Right here, Sharon has told me that he loves the content, but can we have a font a little bigger for visibility? So I can tell him, sure, I'll do that. Sure. And I can just reply to him. He'll be able to see the message. He'll get a notification and, changes in an instant. These are the internal notes. Now, this is what Sharon said. Don't send this to the client without changing the font. Now, internal notes are different from comments. How? Internal notes are basically there for your internal team. Now, remember when I was assigning people different, assigning them between team and client, this is where that difference comes in. If you have set somebody as a team, they can see the internal notes. And if you've set someone as a client, then they won't be able to see the internal notes. That's among you guys only. All right, got it? Reply. I can always see the approval status right here. So as you can see, the settings were set to everyone has to approve, and all that means all three of these people have to approve before this post can be scheduled. Right, now, let's say that this is my team, but my client is actually not here. He doesn't have a ContentStudio account. So what can I do? This is where shared links comes in. I can always share a link. So what I'm going to do is go to more actions right here. I'm going to click share via link, and I'm going to name this link. So let's say this is some marketing tips. All right, this is the name of my link. And I can actually enable a password if I want. If I want, I can write a password down. And that way, whoever I'm sending this to will only be able to access this if they have the code, which I will share with them. If I don't, however, want to code, I can always just shut the toggle button off, no code, and create a link. Now, when I create this link, I can just send this to anybody that I want to view the post. So let me show you exactly what the link will look like. I'm going to go here, paste the link in a tab. Hope you guys can see my screen. All right. So we're going to go over to the link. And here you'll be able to see it without actually logging into ContentStudio itself. If you don't have an account, no problem. Right here, you'll be able to see what the post is about. You can see the status, it's in review, and I can add a comment if I want. I'll just have to enter my full name, my email, and then I'm going to write down whatever comment I want. And that'll go directly to the team who is working on this post. And here I can always approve or reject the post. And that's it. That's all I need to do, right? So that really makes it easy for you to access all of these things. You can access all of your shared links here. You can always, disable the link if you've had enough, this post is about to go out, or you don't need any more feedback. You can always copy the link and share it to other people. You can edit it as well. So, in case you want somebody to not be able to access this, you can always update it and it's password locked now. Or if you want, you can always delete the link. So here are a lot of things that can help you out in the planner if you're working as an agency itself. You can always edit posts right here. So, if you are working on it as a team, if somebody tells you that you don't like this specific task or anything, you can always open up the composer, go to that post and change, the caption or the image or anything that you feel needs to be changed. So right here, we have a comment. Great, this will surely drive engagement. Thank you, Sharon. So let's go over to the analytics section now. This is the analytics section, and what is the best part about this is that while you can always see all of the different analytics that are going on, you can actually export your analytics as a PDF. You can export it for yourself, and you can send the PDF to up to 25 email addresses. So if you have a lot of people that you're working with, you need to send that to them. You can just add up to 25 emails and send it to those people. And you can always schedule this PDF as well. And the best part about that is that you don't have to sit there and manually do it. Then you can, write down the name of your report. And here you select the export type. Now you can either generate a group report, which means it'll be a combined report for all of the accounts that you have in this workspace, or you can send it for an individual report that you've selected. Below that, you can see all of the social accounts. So you can always unselect those that you don't want to send out in the report. And below that, we've got the interval at which you want to send. So if you're planning to send a weekly report, you can select that option. So it'll be sent out every Monday, or you can send the monthly report, which will go out on the 2nd of every month. And if you also want to enter any separate emails right here, you can always do that and also send a copy to yourself. So that's great. Cuts down a lot of time, a lot of effort into generating reports. We all know how difficult it is to sit and actually create reports ourselves. So thank God for that. Now, when you do create a report, I just wanted to point out that when you go to report settings, you can actually enter your company name and your logo, and this will help. This will actually create a white label report for you. So you'll have your own company name, your own company logo when you download your report. So for example, here we have a report that we downloaded with a white label going with a white label going on. So we have the name right here. You can see the logo. And this is the Instagram report from 5th August to 4th September. You can just scroll down and you'll be able to see the report as it is. Everything that you need to know is right here in this report, and you can share this with your clients or your team members, right? Okay, so moving on. Also, by the way, if there's anything that I've missed in the past few features, don't worry, we already have a webinar on those things, so I will put them in the description when we're done. So moving on to the inbox. Now, this is a social inbox, and this is where you can really, get your team on board as well, because of course, staying in touch with your customers, with your clients, and anybody who's buying from you or essentially working with you is very important. So right here on the left, we have the tab where you can select between posts that are your, messages that are yours, the assigned ones, marked as done, archive, all of them. You can set filters for what you do and don't want to see, from accounts that you do and don't want. So for example, I don't want this post, this one right here, I can just unselect it. I don't want this, I can unselect it, and so on. So right here, you can also enter posts that need to be, that have a tag. You can also, filter them by tags. So if you have a specific post by a tag, you can always click that and it'll open that post up. In the middle section right here, you'll be able to filter them by type. So if, for example, you only want to see private replies, you can select that only, and it'll open up the private replies for you. You can always adjust them according to the oldest, newest order. And you can always search for things as well. So starting off with, firstly, assign. Now, over here on the left, in mine, you'll be able to see all the posts that are assigned to you. So when I click that, I'll be able to see the post that was assigned to me. And it'll tell me exactly who assigned it. So right here, you can see I assigned this post to myself, so I can go back to it later. I need to reach out to this person. So we have 2 unassigned posts right now. Let's have a look at them. So firstly, we have this person right here. They want to know if, I have an email that they can, reach out to me on. So let's see, I want this to happen. I want this comment section to happen. So rather than, this interaction to happen, rather than me actually writing down, hey, how are you? Please reach out to us at blah, I can actually just select the save replies option right here, and I can create a new one. So for example, I want to name this post a contact us. Okay, this is what the reply name is. So what I'm going to do is, hey, and I want to address the person who was messaging me. So I'm going to click insert variables here. This is the customer section, and this is the user section. So I want to talk to the customer. I'm going to click full name. Hey, you can reach out to us at, and then all I have to do is click this again and add my email address and create. Now, anytime anybody, anytime anyone messages me to ask for my private, details or anything, I could just select, the appropriate save reply. So right here, it addressed the person, as you can see, and also shared my email address. So that way I can just send this to this person right here, and they'll be able to see my message and reach out to me whenever they need. So moving on to the next one right here, you can see that this person, the net is bothering me. So let's move on to the next post, and I'll show you exactly what else you can do. Net's a bit slow. If you guys have any questions, you can always pop them into the comment section, and we will answer them right after this segment, because that's when the question and answer session starts. Hopefully you guys have been liking the webinar so far. Yeah, the net's a bit slow right now. Sorry about that, guys. So let's say this is the person that I was talking to. I can always assign this to, say, Sharon. I can assign this message, and next time Sharon comes online, he'll be able to see this post and reply to it. Now, right here, let's say that I decided to reply to this person, but Sharon is replying at the same time. So if I start replying here, I'll be able to see if Sharon is typing. So right here, can you guys see? Sharon is typing. So that actually helps you prevent multiple people typing at the same time, because that can be something goes wrong like that, it'll be a problem. Of course, you don't want to reply twice to someone. So that's what you can do. You can see as well. And that's a great feature when you have a lot of multiple people replying to multiple messages. Right here is the part where you send a message from. And this is the message. This is the one that's going to go out to your user, to your customer. The note, however, is the conversation you have with your teammate directly. So let's say I want to talk to Sharon. I'll just tag him here, be like, can you help this customer? And I can add a note. So that way I will be able to see this, Sharon will be able to see this, but the customer will not. So that's great for internal messaging as well. And all of these things can really help you and your team stay on board, stay connected, and always be click on your toes, click on your finger. Everything will be on the tip of your fingertips because everything is sorted out. And lastly, I just want to show you guys the media library. So let's go to the media library. This is the media library. This is where you will be able to see my face. But this is where you can actually store all of your information, all of your media, and have your team access it anytime you want. You can create different categories if you like. So, any specific categories you have, you can always create those. You can send things to the archive. You can upload them. It's in the cloud. So you do have a storage limit right here, but if you want, you can upload it from anywhere you want. Basically, there's direct link, Pinterest, Facebook, Pixabay, Dropbox, Google Drive. So there's a lot that you can do right here. You can also, share these things among your teammates. And you'll always get a notification if you have them on. So as you can see, Sharon has been talking to me and I've been getting all of these posts, comments, etc. So that's the end of the webinar tour section. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everything made sense. If you guys have any questions, do leave them in the comment section below. We're going to move on over to the question and answer session. So let me just go over to the slide here so that it looks nice. And you guys can talk to Sharon.
Okay, guys, so I see you guys have a couple of questions here. Number one, Manohar, that was a great job. That was a pretty good webinar. I'm pretty sure I didn't even know about some of the features, how well we can use them. So that was pretty helpful on my end as well. I see that Steve D has asked if it's possible to change the language of the white label reports. So Steve, unfortunately, right now, that is not possible. However, we have a feature request page that you can go to if you want to access it. You can go to the question mark button in the bottom right on your dashboard. And once you go there, you're going to see a request a feature option. You can go to our idea board and just suggest this and see how that works out. If the community likes it, we can totally work on, getting this done for you guys, and we can take it from there. I see that Pankaj has asked us how many team members and clients can be added in the pro subscription. So Pankaj, you can add a total of, so there's a total of 2 users in the pro plan. So one's going to be the super admin, and then you can add another person. However, if you don't want to add more team members, Manohar has shown you guys a great way of how you can get your content approved via the shareable link option. So you can get that done as well. And when it comes to creating a workspace, so of course, when you sign up, it's going to prompt you to create your own workspace automatically. However, if you want to create one moving forward, on your top left, you're going to see your workspaces. If you press the drop down over there, you're going to be able to see an option called add new, and then you can create your workspace over there. Patrice has asked, how can optimal post timings help us? Does it make any impact on the post impressions? Of course, Patrice. So what happens is that we get an understanding of your historical posting data, and we pick up the times your posts were most engaged with, right? And what times they were most engaged with. Through that, we take out an average, we run an algorithm, and we give you the best possible time to post with the highest potential engagement, right? So optimal post timings basically means that that's going to be the time when your posts are going to be engaged with the most, right? So that's totally going to play a great great role for your impressions as well. Okay, Luke has asked, so what's happening with Twitter analytics? Is it coming or probably not? Luke, unfortunately, I can't give you, an exact report on that. However, our team is still working on this. There's been quite a lot of a disruption caused because of Twitter and their latest API update. So there's been quite a problem. However, we've brought back post scheduling and publishing, and we're soon going to be coming out with news for analytics as well. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be good news or bad news. I can't tell you that, but there's going to be news. So just look forward to that. No worries, Pankaj. Always here to help. If you need anything, regardless of the webinar as well, if you're using Content Studio, you need any sort of help, just press the question mark button in the bottom right. You're going to see an option that says contact support, and we're not going to take you to an automated bot, trying to help you out. In fact, there's going to be human beings that are going to be helping you out with anything you need. So just contact support, let us know what you need, and we'd be more than happy to help. Do we have any more question, guys? Anything else you'd like to know today?
I just like to quickly point out that we do have 2 new features that we just released, and those are, the ability to share a PDF form on LinkedIn carousels, and secondly, you can access our chat AI now. It'll be available on the main dashboard. If you guys want, I can show that to you. Just briefly, I'm not going to go into detail right now because I want you guys to actually go and look at it yourself. We will have a video on it up in a few days, so you can always look at that. And it's also available in the blog section now, so all of those who are bloggers here, people creating content in the form of text, will be able to access chat AI there as well, and it's a really helpful tool, so I do recommend that you guys go and check it out.
Deneen has asked if we can customize the report columns. Deneen, unfortunately, we cannot do that right now. We can download the report in a PDF form. You can see pretty detailed insights for your pages and stuff. However, unfortunately, you cannot customize the report columns as of right now. But like I said before, we have a feature request page. You can totally go to our feature request page, request this feature. If the community likes it, we can totally get into looking to create this if there's a possibility, and then we can take it from there. Simone asks, are customized plans available, like 50+ social accounts with bulk AI and automations? I need it for a US-based agency. Simone, we have all types of customized plans available in case you need some sort of, let's say you need some kind of a special plan. If you go to our pricing page, you're going to see 3 basic plans, and then we have 3 tiers in the agency plan. There's small, medium, and large. However, if you feel like the things you need are a little bit different, you can totally just reach out to us on support, or you can reach out to our sales team. We have a phone number, everything sorted out. Just let us know what you need, and we can give you a customized plan as well. Duquesa asks, if we are on a plan and want to upgrade in the mid, can we do that? Of course, Duquesa, you can. We can totally prorate your amount, bring you up to a higher plan, and we can sort it out. That's not going to be a problem. When it comes to your plans, guys, we're very comfortable. We're very easygoing. Anything you guys need, we're gonna get that sorted out for you. Nicole asks, is there a way I can get a one-on-one before Monday? I am a one-woman marketer. Nicole, we have an option to book a demo with us, a product demo. If not, if we don't have slots available over the weekend, you can totally book in a slot for Friday or on Monday itself, right? So if you can manage Monday, we can totally, I'm pretty sure we're going to have slots available on Monday. And if you could just leave your email address in the comment box, I can get in contact with you and see what we can figure out. Steve, like I said, you can totally just request this on our idea board. Just head on to Content Studio in the bottom right, question mark button, go to request a feature and request this feature, whether you want it to be translated in French, whether you want the reports to be in French, however you want it, you can just add it on there, and then we can sort this out. Nicole, I'm waiting for you to add your email address in the chat, and I can reach out to you directly, see what we can figure out. Otherwise, you can just go to our website, press the book a demo option, and book a demo at a time of your convenience.
All right. If you guys have any more questions, do send them in. But I was just reading the comments, and I want to firstly thank Luke for coming here and watching all of our webinars. Thank you, Luke. You are a very loyal watcher. And he mentioned something that I want to point out, and I really liked it. He said, and quote, "Why don't content managers get lost? Because they always follow a well-structured roadmap." And that's exactly what we were trying to convey to you guys as well today, that it's very important to have a track which you follow if you want to have good quality work sent to your customers, and then you obviously want good quality feedback from them as well. So that's great. Thank you for sharing that. Another thing, yes. So will there be a webinar about AI features? Luke, we already have, I believe, a webinar on our AI feature that we previously launched. But for the coming AI chat, we will have a video up on YouTube in a few days, so you can always check that out. So yeah. All right, I think those were all the questions we were going to have today. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, and I hope this webinar was helpful. If you guys want to see anything specific in our coming webinars, do let us know in the comments below, and we'd love to, talk about that topic specifically. And see you guys next time. This is Manur and Sharon signing out.